I have Betty here. I'm going to show you Betty's training. So I have a place, a dog bed with a bolstered edge. I'm going to put it down here. Betty knows when she sees a place that we're going to do some training. And Betty is learning that she is always rewarded for getting on her place the first time. Good girl, Betty. Place. Betty has been taught to lie down by me taking one finger, pointing at her nose, and then pointing at the ground in front of her and asking her to lie down. If I want Betty to sit from that position, I cup my hand and I draw straight up from her nose. Betty knows hand signals and voice commands. I'll demonstrate again. I'm going to point at her nose and point at the ground to ask Betty to lie down. Good girl. Cup my hand and draw straight up to ask Betty to sit. Good girl, Betty. Betty has been taught to come to me when she sees a closed fist. That's how I convey to Betty that I want her to come where I'm at. Betty knows when she sees a closed fist, her job is to come over, put her nose on my fist, and then sit afterwards. Sitting is the canine equivalent of please, and I don't have to ask Betty for that portion of the equation. She just knows it's required. Betty, let me get her back on her place here, and I'll demonstrate the touching again. Good girl. Here's the fist. Here is the puppy. Here's the polite nose bump, and the polite sit afterwards without me asking her to do so. Good girl, Betty. Betty has been sleeping in a wire kennel at night. If I wanted her in this wire kennel, I'm going to open up the door. If she didn't walk in, I would pat the bedding, reward her when she's all the way inside, and shut the door. Good girl, free puppy. Betty has always ridden in a plastic kennel in the car. The principle is the same. Open up the door, pat the bedding, reward her when she's all the way inside, and shut the door. Good girl, Betty, free puppy. Betty knows to sit during certain circumstances without me asking her to do so, and those include when she sees her collar, an easy walk harness, a leash, a dog bowl, or if she wants attention. I'll demonstrate that by showing Betty an easy walk harness. And wait for her to come over and do the appropriate behavior. Very nice, Betty. Once she comes over and sits politely without me asking her to do so, I can slip the harness over her head. The rule is when I have a collar, a leash, or a harness, Betty has to sit close enough to me that I don't move my feet. Because if I have to take one step towards Betty today, tomorrow I'm going to be taking 2 steps, and by the end of the week I'm going to be chasing a little puppy named Betty around the house. So if she doesn't sit close enough to you, you can make a little kissy noise. That reminds Betty to move closer. And you also want to remember to work with Betty in a small area with less distractions in the beginning. But that Betty Rizzo was perfect. And the last thing that Betty knows when she sees a dog bowl, if she wants the content of that bowl, there's a behavior she must provide. I'm going to show Betty the bowl, wait for her to sit politely without me asking her to do so, and then I can reward Betty with the contents of the bowl. There she is, your very sweet and gentle girl, Betty.